Hi, Bone Crusher here with another entry into the Marvel Contest of Champions, and today we're going to go into the Master Rift where I've been able to acquire 12,000 Rift Shards. And so the original video I shot was really long and it was 26 minutes, so instead what I've done now is I've just edited it and condensed it into the fights and the reveal at the end. So hope you enjoy the video. So my first fight in this Master Rift ends up being a 5-star Venom who's awakened and duped. And I had some debate whether or not I wanted to go with Captain America, but I ultimately decided to go with the Scarlet Witch. So moving ahead in that fight between Scarlet Witch and Venom, as you can see, Scarlet Witch was not doing a very good job. Probably in more capable hands than mine. She would have done a lot better. But under this instance, that fight did not go well at all. So I was left with another option. I had to choose between my remaining fighters. And it turns out that I think I ultimately, considered Captain America. Wasn't quite sure that was the way I needed to go. But instead I went with the heavy-hitting Miss Marvel to take on Venom. And as you can see here, the fight went a lot better. A lot quicker. Well, you could tell even in the first fight that possibly in the Master Rift that the specials from your opponent just they don't fire off their specials enough. And so you're here waiting to bait the special, but it never really happens. Venom was nice enough to do that for us, but later on in the other fights you'll see that that really wasn't the case. But more importantly now we get to move on to our rewards path. We'll see what we can get. So really any of these paths would be really cool to go on, but I really want to get one of these pictured rewards here. The 5-star is interesting, like I said before. I don't have a 5-star mutant to use the awakening gem on, but you never know, we might get one soon. So alright, here we go, let's do it. Alright, let's go ahead and use energy to finish this up. And we got, oh no, a 3-star chest. That's a bummer. Okay, that's a bit of a bummer. And it turns out it looks like we have to go through to get the chest 5-star Scarlet Witch and a 5-star Juggernaut. So in the next fight, to take on the 5-star Scarlet Witch, I decided to use my Captain America to utilize class advantage, and because he also hits pretty hard. So here we go with the fight, and for the most part, with a 5-star Scarlet Witch opponent, you play very good defense. You make sure that you don't get hit, obviously, but also that you're paying attention to where any of their specials come into play, and unfortunately, I did not do that. I let it go all the way to power up her second special power bar to where, and I waited and waited, but she tried to bait the level 2 attack, but she never actually used it. And in doing so, she ended up charging it all the way. Actually, I think she might have pushed me into a corner here as well coming up. Yep, she did. And there she goes with her heavy attack. And defensively, I pushed her back, started to make the bleed attack, and then she went to her level 3. I pretty much thought I was done there. But it turns out I was left with a little bit of health to continue the fight. And somehow I was able to keep her away from me long enough to charge up a level 2. Which the bleed helped considerably to actually knock her all the way down to get the KO. So going into the Juggernaut fight, I actually had several champions left, but unfortunately they all failed to Juggernaut, leaving me with Miss Marvel and Captain America as my only options. Captain America didn't have a lot of health to go on, so I went ahead and used Miss Marvel, even though she had class disadvantage. But since she's such a high signature level, and she's rank 4, 440. She's she hits pretty hard, and that's what really was needed here. Played better, played more intelligently, was more patient, tried to get the level 1s to fire off, which Juggernaut was doing quite a bit, but beyond that, he was really reluctant to do it, and just had to play a very defensive match in this case. This is not unlike what we see in Alliance Wars on occasions, where you just have to wait it out and attack when you can. And if you do push him to level 3, you just unleash the punishment. Otherwise, you're going to get knocked out. After Juggernaut, I was able to defeat the Black Bolt, and we'll skip that fight just for the essence of making a shorter video. This then led me to a portal to take me down the last 2 champions or opponents, which included a 5-star duped Wolverine, which was going to end up being a pain anyway. And all I had left at this time was Captain America, so I healed him up, took him on, and through the fight, which was very sad, got knocked out by Wolverine. So I used a revive to bring back Captain America. Then I proceeded to heal him up a little bit, and then attempted again to take on Wolverine. With this fight, the second attempt, it went a lot better than the first attempt. Was able to bait a few more L1s and L2s to avoid any kind of attack by Wolverine or significant damage. And so it went a little better. The L2 I was able to land that a couple times to get the bleed going. I did also notice it seemed that his regeneration rate was a lot reduced, the time that he was able to have regeneration. So that helped quite a bit. It seemed to be accelerated, which under normal circumstances, say Act 4 or questing, it lasts a lot longer than that. So it worked out pretty well here. And I was able to defeat him coming up shortly, and then got to move on to the final boss. So the boss ends up being a 5-star awakened, possibly duped Ghost Rider. And part of the special node abilities that were given to him is an enhanced special one that does, I think, 30% more damage and is unblockable. So we had to be very careful about avoiding that attack and really just baiting that L1. And luckily we avoided it here. Was able to move in and lands a few punches and hits. And also we had to keep in mind that, Captain America World War II has this really good L2 that once he slaps or whips the person with a shield and then throws a shield at the opponent, it generally leaves a bleed effect on the opponent and, giving plenty of damage. But Ghost Rider's bleed immune, so it's really just straight up damage here that he takes, and then that's it. So it makes for a longer fight. So here I'm trying to bait the L1. He still does his little medium attack, or the heavy attack of whipping the chains around him. Now we've already pushed him up to an L2. Now we're trying to get him to fire his L2. There it is. We have to wait for the flames to subside, and then we can move in for the kill. There, I got hit by an L1, and so he leaves a judgment effect on me, which really for Captain America doesn't seem to do much because I really don't have any other effects going on for the most part. And to be honest, I'm not real sure exactly what Ghost Rider's abilities are. I just have an unawakened 3-star version of him, and I haven't really used him much. Here we go, baited another L1. So it's back and forth as usual. Got the L2 on him. No bleed, unfortunately. But it does do pretty good damage on him. So far we still have a little bit of health, a little bit more health than what he has. Hoping to bait an L2. There it is. that was our opening to actually finish him off, and we go in for the knockout. He turned out to be a lot easier than the Wolverine. Alright, we completed the boss. Let's see what we get out of that 3-star chest. ISO. Okay, and we get... Ooh, that's awesome. I gotta take a picture of that. That's just great. Cool. So, from that 3-star chest, we were able to, or at least I was able to get 3,000 5-star Hero Crystal Shards, which is fantastic because going into this match, I had 7,000, at least 7,000 5-star Hero Crystal Shards. So now that means I get to open up a 5-star in the next video. That's fantastic. I can't wait. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any feedback, comments, suggestions, tips or tricks, please leave them in the comments below. If you like the video, I appreciate you indicating that with the like. And also, if you want to, please subscribe to the channel to keep informed and updated on future videos. Thanks again. I'll catch you next time.